Hello, welcome back. I am Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen. This is not a life with spice. This is not tea time, even though both those things could be incorporated into this video. Yes, I'm wearing the same clothes I wore on the other video because sometimes you have to cram things in when you have time. And I have a little bit of time. So, who knows? Maybe they'll all be like this. Maybe they won't. I can't tell you. This is the note-taking process, or the note-taking section of the rose hips and rose petals and roses, everything roses that we are doing in the next few videos. So yes, 3 things. Dream big. Be true to you. You are worth it. Let's get to this notes. To me, okay, so in essential oils, lavender seems to be the essential oil that you could do anything with. It's almost like if you have a problem, put lavender on it. If you have an ache, put lavender on it. If you were on a stranded island, you'd probably want lavender. I'd want peppermint just because I love peppermint, but lavender's that one that's just versatile for so many things. Roses are the same way, okay? Roses are the lavender essential oil of the plant world, I swear. Okay, in books, I've got lots of books. I check out lots of books. And when you get to roses and rose petals and rose hips, there's so much information. I am probably just covering the tip of the iceberg on this, and that's okay, right? Because you can do your own research too if you want to delve deeper into this topic. Okay, but seriously, you can do almost anything with roses. You can use them as crafts, you can use them in medicinal form, you can oils, witch hazels, hydrosols, you can eat them, you can play with them, you can take a bath with them, you can, yeah, so many eating differential things. Pull a cookbook out and take a recipe and add roses to it. Pretty much what you could do. I'm not kidding you. Wild roses are the more medicinal than the garden type variety, but use what you have and make sure they're not sprayed. Do not use roses from the floral shop. They are chemically enhanced to stay beautiful for longer. Makes sense, right? Don't go along the ditches and pick them, or the roads. Has to do with, exhaust fumes from the cars. Is sometimes the county will spray for weeds, that they deem weeds in the ditches. So it's probably a good idea just to try and forage somewhere safe, like in the middle of a field where there's nothing there. That's kind of where I tend to forage. Is I have these spots, but now the grass is getting taller, so I really have to look for them instead of just looking for the pretty pink and white and pink buds, petals. Yeah. Okay. Roses are cooling and drying. They're highly edible. The properties of roses are, it's so funny. Out of 4 or 5 books, I had different properties from each book. Like they had the basic, and then there were extra ones added for each book. They're highly antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, antiviral, antibacterial, antimicrobial. They're a nervine, an astringent, and an aphrodisiac. Yes, they are. Yeah. They are aperient, which means mild laxative. They're vulnerary, which is wound healing. Remember I told you about wound healing herbs? They also have the anti-aging boost in them. So, roses are anti-aging, which you probably knew. They help calm the nerves, uplift the spirits, ease anxiety, help with depression and grief. They help protect your nerve cells and your nervous system and help boost the immune system. Skin is internal and external properties. I thought that was really cool. It can actually help remove toxins and drain the lymph nodes. So if you were going to do a rose tea for this, I would add dandelion root to it, or dandelions. The leaves and the heads are a diuretic also. So, if you're going to drain your lymph nodes, you want it going out the proper place. So that's why I would add dandelion to it. It's moisturizing for all skin types, and it's great for all skin types. Helps with pigmentation, can help restore the pH of your skin, helps with sun damaged and aging skin. It can help heal boils, sores, bruises, sprains, help with hemorrhoids. It possibly helps with stretch marks and wrinkles. You can do a facial steam, you can do masks, you can do foot soaks, you can do baths. A bath with oatmeal and roses is great for itchy skin. It's great for little kids too. For women, it helps strengthen the uterus, regulate cycles, relieve cramps, helps with cysts, and helps hormones during menopause. So to get the full benefits of this, I would add it to the red raspberry leaf tea. Also, combine the two. I think that would be very beneficial. Roses and rose hips are high in vitamin C, A, B3, D, E, and minerals and antioxidants and pectins. Rose hips have a tangy flavor. However, just to forewarn you, you can't just crush them in a mortar and pestle and use them in your tea. Well, you could, but you better filter that sucker really, really well. Maybe you could, maybe it would work through a coffee filter, but they have little itchy hairs inside them, and like the original itchy powder, if you want to get back at somebody, yeah, just put some of those, down their clothes and in their shorts. Yeah. So and they're itchy going down and they're itchy coming out. So you don't want to, you want to make sure if you are chopping them up or cutting them that you are like doing a thorough rinse and clean out all those little hairs, or strain it very thoroughly. Okay. Rose hip, they're also a heart tonic and great for the circulatory system. They can be a fever reducer and an antispasmodic. Bronchial spasms of cough and asthma are supposed to be helped with rose hip tea and rose petal tea. Helps calm muscle cramps from coughing so badly. This has been my husband lately. Like when we came back he got sick down in Wyoming, and since we've been back, like he's just, it's not all day, it's just when he gets up, it's like he has so much crap in his lungs, he's got to cough and cough and cough. I don't know if it's allergies or what it is, but yeah, I put him on a tincture. You want to boost the immune system with this, I would do rose hips and elderberries. Like do the elderberry syrup, but I'm gonna do this again this fall, and I'm gonna add rose hips to it. The only thing I'm worried about is that straining part, because when you mash everything, but I guess a good strainer will strain those hairs out. And I'll just tell my boys it'll put hairs on their chest. Sorry. Rose hip powder is an easy way. You can buy rose hip powder, okay? Some people say it's not as potent as the rose hips themselves, but you can put them in smoothies, yogurts, put them in thick things, because they will settle to the bottom just because they have a little bit of weight to them, but they're great in smoothies and yogurts. And you can make a rose hip popsicle for your kids. I mean, I wonder if my grandson would eat that. Rose petals or rose powder, petal powder, okay? You can put on any food, in salads, in sauces, put them in brownies, chocolate truffles, just roll them in the rose petals, put them in smoothies, we talked about that, dust it on hot cocoa. Your uses are unlimited to this thing, unlimited. You can put it in frosting and frost cookies. I mean, seriously, donuts. Your imagination is the limit with roses, seriously. Tea, 1 cup daily has huge medicinal benefits, but like I said, I would add, depending on what your concern is, I would add it with dandelion or something else. Tulsi is a great one to add with rose hips. I actually have a purchased Tulsi and rose hip, or Tulsi and rose sweet tea. It is beautiful, but Tulsi is great for stress. Yeah, when you have a lot of stress in your life, drink the Tulsi tea. But yeah, that's a beautiful one, and you have so many benefits from it. You can make rose petals or rose hips into a tincture, a glycerite, an oxymel, as syrups, vinegars, hydrosols, jellies, wines, honey. I did rose petal honey one time. It's been a while. We're not doing a honey. I don't think we're doing a honey. I will say I don't think we're doing a honey, but okay. But you put the rose petals in your spice grinder, or your coffee grinder for spices, and just pulverize the crap out of them, okay, into a powder, and then put it in the honey. You can warm the honey a little bit if you want to, just to make it easier. Double boiler maybe would be better. And you just keep, mixing it and stirring it. And so about 4 to 6 weeks, you can strain it or you can leave it because they're edible and they're not going to go bad in the honey. You can put this on your toast. It's delightful. You can use it as a facial. Honey's great for a facial, and rose petals on top of it, stellar. If you're gonna mix it with a non-metal spoon, okay? Wine and mead has been made. I wanted to make the rose petal wine and mead. I just didn't have time. I'm still debating on it. You can use fresh petals, you can use dried, so you can make it any time of the year. So, and my wine is looking fantastic. It is like super clear. You know how it was kind of cloudy and stuff? It is just super clear. Although I'm thinking I might rack it again because the lilac one has a larger, you saw me. I didn't do the siphon. I did the strain. So, but it's looking so beautiful, you guys. I can't wait. Okay, anyway. And you can actually dry rose petals for crafts. I have some flattened ones from last year that I still have, and they're still pink. They're still pretty. You can make bookmarks. You can use them for crafts. Mod Podge over them on something. Yeah. They're so versatile. And the leaves are so pretty. You can make your own rose and put the leaves on there and Mod Podge. I mean, like I said, endless. Vinegar with rose hips helps with acne, varicose veins, capillary damage, scars, burns, and wrinkles. If you're looking for a good dried brand, Star West Botanicals Mountain Rose Herbs has beautiful roses. Sometimes they're out of stock. I think they carry organic and regular roses. Sometimes they're out of stock though, so you guys gotta come pick and choose. But yeah, I think I've showed you my big of roses. Those are Star Wars Botanicals. I think they are. Love that brand for everything. You can check out the Nerdy Farm Wife. I will try and remember to link this below. She has a template you can print, and it's 12 things to do with roses. Yeah. So, what are we going to do on this video? Probably a short one. Probably something simple, something little. So, I'll see you in the kitchen. Okay, this is crafted off of Moon and Spoon and Yum.com's charcoal latte with ginger rose. Okay, so first, and it's very different. I did a little bit of a different technique with it, but that's where I got it from. So we're gonna start with a good dollop of honey, and I will of course link her below so you can see the original recipe. She did it on the stove. I'm not doing it on the stove. You need activated charcoal, I'm using, you got to make sure you can eat it. I won't use the activated charcoal I use in my soap because, you know, I don't know, there might be different ways you can use it. She says 1 teaspoon. I probably needed 3 of these to make a teaspoon, but I just decided for the sake of detoxification of my body, I was going to do 1. And then a good 1 teaspoon edible rose petals. I gave it a good pinch, as you can see. Next is our ginger, and she asks for 1/4 of a teaspoon. Make sure I show you the teaspoon. 1/4 of a teaspoon ground ginger, which you can already tell the rose petals, that's gonna be different. But she adds a 1/4 of a teaspoon ground cayenne. Let me tell you, this has some kick. It is definitely a different tea. And 1/8 teaspoon Himalayan pink salt. Yep. Yeah, definitely has a kick. Got some different flavors to it. Overall, I liked it. So the different part that I did, like I said, she did this on the stove. She did it with 2 cups of, well, she said plant-based milk. You can use any type of milk. I'm sure it's fine. But I decided I was going to add 1/2 cup of hot boiling water to just steep this for like a minute or 2 just to get it going. Okay. I didn't like don't ask me why I didn't like the stovetop method. I don't know. It's just me. So you do you. And then I heated milk up on the stove. Not boiling, just heated it so I could add it to my steeping herbs, right? Okay. You got that? Understand it? Great. So any type of milk, you do the milk that you use, okay? Whatever you use, you can put in there. And so it's 1.5 cups of milk, and it gives it, all I can think is blue jeans. That is the color. It's literally this beautiful blue color because of the activated charcoal. It's crazy. And you simply let it steep 3 to 5 minutes and strain out the rose petals and the ginger. If you, it'll strain out, it might not strain out. And you just pour it into a really cute big mug like I have here. You can sprinkle with a bit of ground ginger or rose petals. I put some rose petals on there. And away you go. Let me tell you, it's got a kick. It's got creaminess. It's really delightful. And there you have it, a spicy charcoal rose latte with lots of notes and information on roses, rose buds, and rose hips. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.